Portland be the 18th team in Major League Soccer.
It's the City Portland's championship.
It is great to be home.
Sports Sunday with Orlando Sanchez.
What is good, everyone? Welcome to Sports Sunday. My name is Orlando, alongside the one and only Art Edwards. How you doing, man?
Feeling good.
We have a good show ahead.
You know, we really do.
A lot of winners on deck to start this show, but Russell Wilson, I don't know if he hits that category.
No.
He's back for the Seahawks. That's the good news. The bad news, the team did something it has never done before in the Wilson era. We'll have that for you coming up. But we've got to start with shattering news. Oh, Beaver Nation, the wait is over. The postseason drought has come to an end. If only there was video to show just how Beaver believers are feeling right now.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he got it!
That is right, I did it! That's number 5! Are you kidding me? That's right! Who do you think you are? I am!
Oh, yes. Who do you think you are? I am. A Beaver. Oh, it's so perfect. Well, for the first time since 2013, the Oregon State Beavers are bowl eligible. Picking up win number 6, taking down Stanford 35-14. The Beavers left no doubt who the better team was, never trailed, forced 3 turnovers, held the Cardinal to just 230 yards, while OSU had more than double that amount, showcasing a balanced attack of running and throwing, including Trevon Bradford's 67-yard house call.
Yeah.
Oregon State snaps an 11-game losing streak to Stanford, winning 35-14. And for the first time since 2013, Oregon State will have the chance to play in a bowl game.
There's no question. This is big. The number 6 is big. I'm not going to, dance around that. We do, and these guys know it. We got a couple more games that can mean a whole lot.
I'm happy for Beaver Nation. I'm happy for this university. This is something that is long overdue.
It's just joy. We worked really hard, especially these last 3 weeks when we were just on the cusp, and it feels good to get over the hump and go bowling.
Who do you think you are? I am. The Beavers, they improved to 6-4 on the season. They're also undefeated at home.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, Arizona State. So, Art, it took a little longer than Beavers fans may have wanted, but how big of a deal is this?
Well, I think it's huge. Jonathan Smith tried to downplay it a little bit. I don't think he wants anybody to be satisfied with 6, but this is huge because it's been so long. And you know what? Frankly, there was some concern as to what was going to happen when they got stalled at 5.
Right. This is a turning point.
Oh, yes.
For the program.
Yes.
Who had talked about just winning a few games, being competitive when he first got here a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Now look at them. This is the next step in that progression that he's talked about when he got here.
I hope they had some recruits visiting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how many times are they going to rush the field out there?
Every time.
You're a
Why
recruit,
not?
you're like, man, I'm loving this.
That's
it's a party out here in Corvallis
every time.
All right, so let's see if the Beavers can shake things up one more time.
That's right.
Well, every game is a must-win for the Oregon Ducks when it comes to the college football playoff. No room for error.
Ooh.
And style points, they're always welcome. The third-ranked Ducks beat Washington State by 2 touchdowns at Autzen Stadium. Oregon blew a 14-point first-quarter lead. Washington State stormed back to tie it up by halftime. The Ducks had a couple of turnovers, too. And the Cougs were able to hang around until the fourth quarter. Anthony Brown, he was the star of the show, rushed and threw for touchdowns, pacing the Oregon O that reeled off 306 yards rushing. Wow. Well, the D forced 3 turnovers and had some pivotal moments to put this game away. Oregon gets the dub 38-24. They're now 9-1.
We're growing. We're getting better. 1-0 is sinking in. And I think we're just scratching the surface. I think this team's getting better and better every single week.
Every game is a playoff game, and us having this target on our backs, it makes every team want to play their best. One thing that we had a problem with was playing down 2 teams. And now I feel like we're in that mode where teams have to play up to us.
Oh, well, they're going to get that.
Oh,
the Ducks
yeah.
visit 24th ranked Utah on Saturday. So, Art, you pointed to this earlier today, but the Ducks are actually underdogs in this game. The Utes are 3-point favorites. So, what intrigues you about this matchup?
Well, the fact that Utah has been playing pretty well lately. They sat out one of their star players this week. I think he was just a little dinged up. They wanted to make sure that he was ready. Utah is always dangerous. You know, they always have a good ball club, and I think that Oregon's going to have to really be ready to go. And you know, obviously everyone knows you got to win them all in order to get into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Utah is tough. They're physical. They run the ball. They don't make a lot of mistakes. You got to bring your A game. And this game is going to be on the road. As you mentioned, Utah has won 6 of its last 7. They've won 3 in a row. So this is a team that is rolling right now. That only loss was to those Beavers.
You know what? They didn't look all that great over the weekend. I think Arizona really gave them a game.
Scare, right?
Yeah, gave them a bit of a scare. But you know what? They're going to be ready for this one. They probably were looking ahead, and they saw Oregon sitting out there, so they were maybe looking a little bit ahead to that. I mean, Oregon, you know, they've got to get it done, and boy, would it really be nice if they could not have these lapses where all of a sudden they go ahead and then the game gets close.
Right, absolutely. And I think that's what Kayvon Thibodeau was referencing there. But this is a top 25 team that would look really nice on that resume that they're trying to build to stay in that top 4 college football playoff discussion.
Keep them ahead some of those other schools. This would be great.
I'm looking forward to that game.
I am too.
All right, let's talk about the University of Washington, who has relieved head coach Jimmy Lake of his duties. Lake had been suspended for a game after this incident. The team lost to Arizona State yesterday. Lake went 7-6 as the Huskies head coach. Interesting fact, neither Jimmy Lake nor Nick Rolovich coached in an Apple Cup.
Man.
All right, let's talk about PSU for a minute. Art, the Portland State Vikings, they came up short in their battle with 12th-ranked Sacramento State. Vikings quarterback Davis Alexander hooked up with Bo Kelly there for one of his 2 touchdowns. Portland State falls 49-20. Vikings drop to 5-5 on the season. They play Eastern Washington on Saturday to wrap up the season. All right, Art, we've got more Sports Sunday ahead.
Oh, yes, we do.
Including football. More of it. We'll talk Seahawks, but break out the Detroit Lions. They ended their 12-game losing streak. But they did it in the most Detroit Lions way ever. Plus, the Blazers without Damian Lillard going head-to-head against the Joker. What could possibly go wrong in the Mile High City? That's coming up. And welcome back to Sports Sunday. The Seattle Seahawks trying to salvage something out of this season, going into the game with the Green Bay Packers with just 3 wins. The Seahawks laid an egg. Russell Wilson is back. He missed 3 games after surgery on the middle finger of his throwing hand. Neither team got much going through the first 3 quarters. In the third, Seahawks down 3-0 at this point, driving. Wilson, though, oh no! Picked off in the end zone. Green Bay, on the other hand, got it going in the fourth quarter. A.J. Dillon capped off 2 drives with touchdowns. Seattle trying to get something going at this point, and so Wilson's like, I got to take things into my own hands. They're Lambo leaping all over the place. Over 8 minutes left. Dialing up the long ball. This is good news, right? No, not so much. Picked off in the end zone again. Wilson went 20 of 40 for 181 yards, 2 interceptions in his return. Seattle held scoreless for the first time in a decade. First time in Wilson's NFL career. He's failed to lead a scoring drive. Packers get the W, 17-0. After the game, Wilson said his finger felt fine. He just made 2 bad plays.
The reality was the game was 3-0 all the way, till fourth quarter or whatever. And, we should have won that game. Our defense played great. Guys battled throughout the whole game between 2 really good teams. I got to play better, and that was on me. There was those 2 plays. That was really the game.
I mean, what else do you expect him to say, right?
Of course.
So the Seahawks are 3-6.
Yeah.
Let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah.
Are they done?
Yeah, they're not making the playoffs. Not the way they're going right now at 3-6. I don't really see them able to do that. So strange. We thought the NFC West could get 4 teams in. 49ers, Seahawks, both of them only have 3 wins.
Also, just the math in that point.
Yes.
Because the Rams have been so good, and obviously the Cardinals.
Right. Rams with 7 wins, Cardinals with 8.
That puts you in a bad position right now.
Yes, it does.
They need a miracle
pretty much
at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
To see those postseason dreams. All right, Art, it is time to take our trip around the NFL. No decision in Pittsburgh. And Tom Brady looks human.
Yeah.
But we're going to start in Arizona. The Cardinals without Kyler Murray, the Panthers with Cam Newton. Newton was the story in this one. He runs one in from 2 yards out. You get style points for that, right?
Yes.
The Panthers' first score here. And he let the fans know he's back. Go ahead and rip off the helmet, man. Newton also threw for a touchdown in his return to the Panthers. Carolina shocks Arizona 34-10.
Wow. Hey, let's take the short trip to Southern California. The Chargers hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Bad Chargers came out to play today. Oh, yeah, the Vikings' Kirk Cousins. He just outplayed Justin Herbert in this one. Cousins had a couple of touchdown passes. Vikings win at 27-20. Herbert did throw the 50th touchdown pass of his career. He's the 4th player to reach that mark in the first 24 games of their career.
You like to hear that. I bet Herbert, though, would wish he got
rather have the win.
Our next move to Texas. Falcons visit the Cowboys. Dallas reeling after last week's loss. The Falcons, though, turned out to be the get-well potion for the Cowboys. That's former Oregon State Beaver right here, Nashawn Wright, recovering the blocked punt in the end zone for the score. It's his first NFL touchdown. The Cowboys just destroy the Falcons. 43-3. That one was over at halftime. Man.
Yeah, it was. Hey, got to make a move to the nation's capital now. The Washington football team hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No way Washington wins, you say?
I agree. No way.
Not so fast, my friend. The Washington defense made Tom Brady look like a middle-of-the-pack quarterback.
What?
Yes. They picked him off twice in the first quarter. Brady held to 220 yards passing. Washington takes care of the Buccaneers. 29-19.
That was brilliant the way Washington milked the clock on that final drive.
Yeah.
Took out 10.5 minutes.
Woo.
Finally, we go to Pittsburgh. Steel City, Steelers, and Lions. I'm not sure this is even a result a soccer fan would love. The highlight for the Lions, this run here by former Oregon State star Jamar Jefferson. Watch me work. 28-yard touchdown. Jefferson injured his ankle, though. The game ended in a 16-16 tie. So the Lions still winless. All right, let's talk fantasy football. Joining us now, NFL and fantasy football writer with the Sporting News and host of the Locked On Fantasy podcast, Vinny Iyer. Vinny, who are your heroes this week?
Well, the hero has to be Ramondre Stevenson of the Patriots. He had to start because Damian Harris had a concussion. He wasn't cleared. Stevenson was, and he came through big time against a tough Browns defense. 100 yards rushing, exactly 2 TDs. And A.J. Dillon off the bench for the Packers. He started him as a flex play. Aaron Jones got hurt late in that game. 66 yards and a couple touchdowns for him. A lot of multiple touchdown scorers this week. CeeDee Lamb, Antonio Gibson, DeVonta Smith. And then the usual suspects at running back all came through for us as we expected. Jonathan Taylor, Dalvin Cook, and Ezekiel Elliott. So good to see some of our first-round picks come through, as well as some surprise candidates here in Week 10.
All right, Vinny, let's look ahead and hit the waiver wire. Who are some players we need to try and add to our teams moving forward?
Stevenson could get more opportunities here, even if Harris comes back for the Patriots. He looked just too good for them. So he'd be on the top of the list if he's still available. And same team, New England, looking at Kendrick Bourne, maybe a number 1 receiver has kind of emerged there with Mac Jones playing really well as well. So the Patriots might have a lot more fantasy value as a team going down the stretch.
Nicely done, Vinny. Thank you so much for joining us here on the show.
Thank you, and good luck to everyone who's still trying to win in Week 10.
Kendrick Bourne out of Milwaukee, man.
Yeah.
All right, your Friday night flights play of the week doubles as a birthday party. Tyree Blake takes center stage with his pick 6. He was so excited, he ran out of the camera's view. On his 18th birthday, he helped Jesuit seal a 19-7 win over Clackamas in round 2 of the playoffs. The Crusaders visit Lake Oswego on Friday, and if you missed any of the second round action, it's all on our KGW YouTube page. Go check it out, y'all.
Camp under pressure. Lets it fly. Almost gets it to the end zone. Deflected up in the air. Caught, touchdown, South Dakota.
My gosh. You have got to be kidding me.
Jeremiah Webb.
Man down, man down.
Hey, what a finish in the South Dakota State game with 1 second left. South Dakota quarterback Carson Camp, you heard it.
Oh!
Look at that. The ball bounces around, and Jeremiah Webb, he's the man of the hour. 57-yard touchdown. The Coyotes beat the Jackrabbits 23-20, and it's your Toyota Sunday Sizzle.
That's going to be hard to top, man.
Yes, it is.
All right, Portland Trail Blazers president Chris McGowan stepping down at the end of the month. McGowan has been in his position for 9 years. The move comes as the Trail Blazers launched an investigation reported last week on president of basketball operations and general manager Neil Olshey. Chris McGowan says that investigation is not the reason for his resignation. His contract is coming up.
That's right.
Chance for some new opportunities. All right, Art, the Portland Trail Blazers on the road against Denver.
Yeah.
Blazers playing without Damian Lillard due to an abdominal injury. First time he's missed a game this season. So the Blazers went with Anthony Simons in the starting lineup. His 6th career start, and Simons, he chipped in with 16 points for the Blazers. But maybe you've heard of this guy. His name is Nikola Jokic. He plays for the Nuggets. Former MVP, reigning MVP, and he was a monster. He just missed out on his 3rd straight triple-double, 28 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. CJ McCollum, he led Portland with 21. 6 Nuggets scored in double figures. Portland gets smashed. 124-95. Blazers fall to 1-7 on the road. Hey, but the good news is they host Toronto tomorrow night at the Moda Center, where they seem to be just a totally different team.
They are.
How about we talk some soccer? Let's kick it, Art.
Yes.
The Portland Thorns were so close to checking all of the boxes on a magical season. Winning the International Champions Cup, the NWSL Shield, the NWSL Challenge Cup, but a league title wasn't in the cards.
No.
The season comes to an end in the semifinals of the NWSL playoffs in front of more than 15,000 supporters at Providence Park. Despite Portland dominating possession, the Chicago Red Stars shut out the Thorns 2-0, and it was an emotional day to say the least. Goalkeeper Bella Bigsby, she revealed the recent death of her father. She was playing with a heavy heart. It was also the end of an era, the final game for head coach Mark Parsons, who's moving on to coach the Netherlands national team.
This club is the best in the world, and best in the world because they have a heartbeat driving and pushing them, and it's the fans. The fans here have given me and my family a gift that we'll be forever grateful for, and showing us how women's soccer or world soccer should be supported.
Taking over as Thorns head coach, former Canadian international Rianne Wilkinson. Wilkinson won 2 bronze medals with Canada and appeared in 1 game with the Thorns in 2015. Talk about coming full circle.
That's right. There's your connection.
And while we're on a soccer note, big congrats to the OSAA soccer champions.
Yeah, Grant and Summit, they won the 6A titles. Wilsonville and LaSalle are your 5A champions, but there you could see them all.
It's good to have championship soccer back after not having it since 2019. We'll be right back. All right, it is time to go to bed, Art.
Oh, yes, it is.
Thank you so much for joining us. Good night, everyone.